it just can't not do that, huh? I gotta crash once or twice per stream. Yep. I guess it happened early, but still. Give me like a couple of minutes. I gotta get YouTube back up. Okay, hold up. Yep, all right, I gotta redo everything on YouTube. Give me a sec. Was the Paragon board updated for the Planet Planner? Because mine is different now. Which build? Sorry. Rain of Arrows. It should be the exact same. As in, like, nothing should be any different. Okay, looks like I got that going on. All right, hopefully the crash will be the only crash I have for the stream. All right, but nah, it should be the same. But like, to be honest with you, like the Paragon board stuff is really, so as long as you hit the legendary nodes, it's really not that, like, everything else is really not that important. And there are several different boards you can kind of go in. I'm looking at the 46 board right in the 15. Oh, okay. There might be some differences there. Huh. Kind of afraid to open up my browser because I feel like I'm going to crash again if I do it. That was not what I wanted to get through. I like CoffeeZilla, but that's not what I was trying to listen to right now. Okay, well, hold on. Crap. There's an autoplay. Crap. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like. Hold on, let me exit out of D4 because I can't look at my planner without pulling up the browser, and I feel like I'm gonna like crash. Yeah, there's D4 just crashed.
Potato.
There we go. Yep. Same thing happened again.
Potato.
All right.
Potato.
What up, Decoy?
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's been happening so much like that, but like I can have one tab open and Diablo 4 at the same time, and it will literally crash my stream, and also D4 itself. And I've got to figure out what's going on. Other than the fact that obviously D4 has a memory leak or like that, but it shouldn't be that bad. But it is. All right. Take a look at my planner again. So I might have to. Oh, okay. This 100 in game. I see. Um. No, I mean it should be fine. I'm looking through it right now, like the starter, mythics and mythic sanctified push. All of them should be pretty standard stuff. Vision shard, yeah. It should all be the same. Okay. Let's pull up D4 again. Which browser? I use Brave. I don't really use a lot of like extensions, so I wanted
The
something
Glide
simple.
rated my stream with 8 views.
Yo, dog son, we just got raided, son. You know how we do.
What's up, sir?
Drop my new beat for these new viewers.
Sheezy out. What up, Krug? Appreciate you. How's it going? What class and build are you rocking? Well, generally always Rogue. Always start Rogue. Been doing random arrows most of this time. I'm about to put together Heartseeker, but I don't have any sancts for it, so or any sanctifications, sorry, for it. So it's gonna feel rather puny until I actually get some stuff on it. But there's some other things I kind of want to try with Heartseeker. Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything amazing right now, just because, well, like I said, I'm having to put this back together. I have like day 2 gear on it. How's Flare this season? Not bad. Not bad. Actually, where's my thing? But appreciate you, Krug. Oh, let me just go to a different town. I'm going to Kielvashad. Yeah, I was talking to like some of my some people that I associate with, like Lurkin and Laura Sora. Like it does feel a certain kind of way when like you're watching like everyone else kind of get like good saints, and like you're still just trying to get maybe an aspect or two on your gear, and then you start around a match and then you're just like, okay, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do now? Oh, I got some speed on here. I got some speed. I don't think I ever finished masterwork in this thing. I never actually finished masterwork in this. Yes. Sure, that works. Okay. Citiaro, I appreciate the follow. We're waiting for the return. Oh, definitely use a quality streaming to give all the changes that we made in DI for the common F2P. Yeah. It'll definitely probably be like at the start of the new year. I still got quite a bit of things to do here. As you can see, I'm just trying to put this back together. I think I actually might keep Beastfall Boots on this one. Beastfall Boots. Guess we can keep Toboss Will. I'm sure I can do better with the Pain Gorgers. So we'll do traditional Heartseeker, and then I'm gonna start slowly putting stuff together with Scoundrel's Leathers, which is gonna be a very important piece for what I want to do. do that. How are you enjoying Paladino, Dice? Is leveling to 300 via layer bosses the new meta rather than pit? Yeah, pretty much. To be honest, it kind of feels worse than grinding in like or grinding pit to 300. But it is what it is. Wait, was this the best shard I had? And I didn't even finish match working this either, but I did slam it. Oh man, okay. Yeah, that is the best shard I got. It absolutely is the best shard. Yep, that's gonna be a problem. I mean, the stats aren't, you know, that crazy, but like that, I mean, that's just. But I haven't found a better shard since then. Jeez, okay. All right, so this is going to be rough then. Only one night, I'll fit the full game switch. I got semi-decent Fist of Fate 285. Would that be better or worse than Grasp? Or Spam Barrage? I would think that'd be worse. Because Grasp gives you both Cutthroat and Marksman, and that technically double dibs for the clone. So I can't imagine Fist of Fate being better than like Grasp for core skill. Would you recommend between Death Trap build and Heartseeker build? Honestly, just whatever you think you're gonna have more fun playing. They're both very good builds. Death Trap isn't really as great of a pusher as like the push version of the Heartseeker. Push Heartseeker is like by far the strongest. Due to some bugs. But if you're not gonna be doing any push like that, Death Trap is probably the most efficient and fastest in game general build that we have. So really, honestly, it just depends on like which one you think you're going to enjoy more. You can't really go wrong with either one, but it just depends on what you're wanting to do with your rogue. Yeah. Some of the stuff is bad, y'all. Some of this, I can't even change this out because this has why do I have this ring here? This is from Rain of Arrows, older thing. All right, we're gonna have to like reconstruct this whole thing. Starting with. Yes, this isn't bad. But I think we do have some better Pangorges though. Yeah, that's not good. This one is. It's looking like I only have 2 Pangorgers. Yeah, that's it. Basic skills. It's pretty much the same thing I already had. Okay, so I guess it's not really an upgrade.
My demons are quiet here. Mostly.
Truck was going on. So I don't know about all that. Did you see Matthias Fleury variant? He said that pulled off a 135. 135. I thought it was like 123. And what do you mean by you don't know about all that? What did I say wrong? Like, in terms of like in-game speed stuff, Depth Trap is still the fastest and most efficient. Heartseeker obviously just pushes way higher than Depth Trap at the moment. But I don't really consider like in-game pushing, or I don't consider pushing general end-game. I'll put it that way. Yeah, Heartseeker for push. Yeah, I already said that. And keep in mind, like, I work with Matthias on Maxroll, so like if there's any clear that he's done, I'm pretty sure I know about it before everyone, almost everyone else does, and we talk about it. But I know people like, yeah, I know people don't think about it, but yeah, that's the case. OM variant is crazy. I just think like the whole idea that we are definitely playing around. Like I think it's very clever that the way that it's put together, right? But the build itself, it's so anti Heartseeker. Like, I don't know, like, and maybe this is kind of putting back to my point again. Like when I watched it being played, and I even do a couple of things myself, I don't even know that Heartseeker is actually like what's actually doing the damage. Like when you get that close, you don't even see the projectile. You can see stuff die. But you definitely see Flurry mark the targets, right? And then Flurry, get the clone off a cooldown, right? But when you look at the build, like when you say, hey, look, Heartseeker did this particular pit, and you go, okay, cool, I'm gonna watch, and it doesn't look anything like Heartseeker, like at all. Like it's so the opposite of what Heartseeker is in terms of the standard, thing. And I think maybe if Orphan Maker actually gave like a bigger visual, something with some more oomph behind it, I might feel a little different. But like Heartseeker sounds like, someone dropped a toothpick on like a hardwood floor. But then you shoot it and you see like 150 trillion crit. It's like, what in the actual hell? Right? Like, I don't know. I know like most people don't care about what it looks like or what it feels like. They kind of just want to see the big numbers and the high pay clear. But like when I play a build, or when I think about a build, I think about how it looks and feels, because it's an action RPG. An action RPG is like fantasy, right? It's like what is the fantasy you want to play? And like when I look at that, that is not it at all. Not even remotely close. It's strong. Do not get me wrong. But that is not what I envision when I play Rogue. You started Rogue. I am having an issue figuring out how to play Heartseeker Rain. If you are following the Maxroll build, I would suggest refreshing your browser and take a look at it now, because I did some pretty big updates to it. I probably wouldn't recommend playing. I wouldn't recommend playing the shard variant. What I do on our Seeker is beat fall boost, say league, and low clone CD, so it's always off CD after one. With our Seeker. Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm different, but like none of that really excites me.
Shwi raided my stream with 6 viewers.
Yo,
What's
Doc,
going
son.
on?
We just got raided, son.
The raid.
You know how we do. Drop my new
What's
beat
going on?
for these new viewers. Sheezy out.
What is going on? What is going on, sir? Appreciate the raid. How's it going? Yeah, you should put the Say League option on the bill and Beast Wall Boost combo with and without Say League. Oh, Jade. Appreciate the sub. And Stanford with the follow. Yeah, so how's me? Like, I don't know if I can add tabs like that unless it's going to be either equal in comparison or be considerably easier to play. Because there's like about 3 or 4 variants you can go with that. But the problem is that like what's going to end up happening is that people are just going to ask which one's the best variant. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, it's this one. And then now you have different things that people don't care about. Unfortunately, I'll put it that way. There's a big picture. Yeah, but I mean, but the thing about it is that like, here's how it works in the typical market of action RPGs, right? Unless someone clears higher with that variant that you mentioned, people aren't going to care. Unfortunately, people like when people see it, then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Did you see the thing?" But until then, it's like you can plead the case until you're blue in the face and no one will care. It was like that actually back in season 4 and season 5 when Pin Shot was like the strongest setup at the time, but no one really wanted to play it, or didn't believe it because no one did it. But on paper it was, victimized, or that particular setup was just stronger. And then someone finally did it, and it was like, oh yeah. I've always known all along. It was that no you didn't. No, you did not. You just didn't see it on the leaderboard, so you didn't believe in it. But it's okay. Like it's okay. Like that's just how things work. But yeah, until someone does it, like no one's gonna like look for that. What do I want to do? So I think I'm gonna just play standard for now, and then I'm gonna do the scoundrels in a second. So I might just leave the temper, dark damage per dark shroud for now. No, we'll keep it at that. That's such lows. Okay. I know we can do a better bow for sure. Yeah, you went to 119. Yeah, you gotta beat 123. Unfortunately, even if even if you did 123 and you were like 30 seconds slower, people still would be like, nah, not gonna play that because that's not the best variant. Still. PVT is so good. It's kind of unfortunate that they all it all released around this similar time frame. We'll do this bow. See what we got. I put it this way: what do you enjoy about it, House B? What do you enjoy about the push variant of Heartseeker? Describe to me. Moonrise. I'm talking your one true love. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a subjective disclaimer on the fun factor part of it. Absolutely subjective, and that's fair. But I still stand by my claim though. If it was like the third best builders or so, no one would play it for fun. Like no one, like if Death Trap was number one, no one would play Push Heartseeker, even if it was number 2 or number 3. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. If Flurry could do T105s in 60 seconds, would you still play Heartseeker? Considering how smooth Flurry is and good feeling Flurry is. Better than season 10 at least. You like variety? That sounds like you're dodging the question. Sounds like you're dodging the question, sure. But I don't disagree with you. Variety is nice. But I'm the oddball that like when I play an action RPG, I do imagine a fantasy of builds and setups. And so when that fantasy isn't really met or it doesn't match the way the skill performs at all, I kind of lose the what does OM mean? Orphan Maker. I just think it's really silly to see a skill like Heartseeker, for instance, like that looks like a pencil or a pen and sounds like a toothpick hits a hardwood floor. Like that's what it sounds like. Right? It sounds like it literally sounds like someone just like dropped a toothpick on like a hardwood floor. And that little thing, that little pencil pen thing on a weapon that is extremely slow is mollywopping entire areas for 150 trillion damage. Like nothing that you look at matches what you would expect from that. It doesn't sound like it should do what it does. It doesn't look like it should do what it does. And it's inside a bunch of mobs in which you can't even see the Heartseeker do the thing. And all of a sudden everything just dies. And then your brain is just like, what in the world? But at the same time, your brain is happy because you saw the super huge big numbers. And so you're like, hey, that was cool. But if that number was like a lot smaller, you'd be like, yo, I hate this build. All right. Is it most of the damage not done by Heartseeker just triggers it? Well, yeah, most of the damage is actually done by Pain Warriors. from the clone. So the clone hitting the Pangorger proc is where all, like literally all your most of your damage is coming from. But that's a whole nother like topic I can kind of go down a huge rabbit hole with. I've already kind of, you know, painted my grievances with freaking Shadow Clone and stuff. What do I want to do here? Osby, I got you, sir. I see it. I see you. Want me to pin it to the chat so I don't forget. My flurry variety for at least 8 seasons more. I think that is the whatchamacallit, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Is damage to close always best, or have I just not picked up the right tempers? I don't think you ever really need to temper damage to close for any reason at all. Like at all. So I'm not gonna saint this yet because I don't know if I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I'm gonna put together standard Heartseeker for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do some stuff with Scoundrels Leathers. And Orphan Making later. Scoundrels Leathers and Orphan Maker a bit later. I'm
the only merchant with jewels like these.
But yeah, my gift for Heartseeker right now is so bad with no like actual sinks. So yeah, that's not the bug. Hasby. Clone working with Orphan Maker the way it does is actually kind of does what it's supposed to do. I mean, it is like clone is a part of it for sure, but it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with the Orphan Maker per se. Klepper probably clicking Rapid Fire for season 11, probably. I'm actually waiting to see what he actually does with it. This for default, so we reset the clone CD with one flare RC. Yeah, but what's happening with why do we want to do that? I guess is the question that Matthias was asking. Why do we want to reset the clone so quickly? I guess I really shouldn't do this part. And there's Seated, I guess. Behemoth.
The hammer sings on your return. A forge more use it well.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain where the bug ended. But there is, so I guess the thing is, I guess what I'm saying is that there is no, like, there is no bug that interacts with Orphan Maker itself. Like it's not like the Orphan Maker doesn't have anything to do with it.
If I cannot be in the wilderness, this will do.
But the bug was actually discovered. I first heard it from Picha actually some time some time ago. But the bug's been around for a few seasons now. But yeah. Anyhow, yeah. I'm just surprised it hasn't gotten fixed yet because it's such a obvious offender. I'll put it that way. It did, you know, sprout some really unique ways of doing R-Seeker. So I will give it that. Right, but
Yes, I have wares. That came about nicely.
yeah, I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do with this. Very, very basic setup here. Extremely basic setup. Actually didn't even finish on my boards. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna just throw something in there. Okay, so we just throw fluidity in there as well. Let's see. So this is not exactly how you should in any boards or whatever, but I'm too lazy to pull up my browser at the moment and crash my stream, so we're gonna just do it this way. It's the fifth board, right? So leave it as is. So we got yeah. I can't believe I haven't touched this for like since day 2. Or this like my armory thing. 23, so we'll just come up here and grab that. X. We'll have to use your wait for tower. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Don't necessarily need that. Master, appreciate the follow. All right, let's see where I'm at. Kyovashad. In the Western Clements, I had a lot of questions. Build. Do I recommend DT build? It's a fun build, yeah. It is kind of tough to gear for, but it is very, very efficient for in-game stuff. Okay. All right. We'll just farm for a little bit.
The wilderness is my home, but this will do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. I know I didn't have any sinks or anything, but I'm like, all right. I'm like, I was getting ready to say. Lunar Whip, appreciate the follow. You know what? It's not that that is. Sure, we'll do this whisper. So let me ask what's the plan if that bug happens to get fixed with the first big patch? Because like the entire build is based around that. Like, just curious. Although I don't see them doing anything about it, honestly, before then. You'll go rapid fire. Is the build not fun anymore without the bug? It is. Why would you change it? You said it's so much fun. Is it really flurry that's like what's giving you the fun factor? Ah. Sacrifices must be made. Gotcha. I do hope that they don't botch the introduction of tower. I don't really have a lot of faith in it, but anything is better than pit right now. Yo, what's up, man? Chillest ways to start a Christmas day. Right, it is like Christmas Eve for most people right now, right? Most. How's B? You going with you said you're going with Say League now? Say League amulet? If you want to post that, you can. I was just being cheeky earlier. Yeah, I don't have any bans on links. I don't think.
I approached and pleaded with him to come home. The creature that had been my father attacked me, and I sent him to escape. I couldn't see anything left of my father in the monster's eyes. Only pain and rage. Mother was right. I never should have come here.
with the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you. What do I think about RNG luck driven rewards such as Mythic Prankster 22 Mythics and crazy sanctification? Does that not sound toxic in terms of leaderboards? Where do you get the 22 Mythics from? Meaning like every slot is gonna have like a mythic and plus the mythics you're already wearing. Is that what you're indicating? Oh, that. Honestly, I do think that the sanctification stuff actually kind of breathes some life into the game, or more life into the game itself, and even makes items that you normally would not use. It gives them life. Because I mean, there's a lot of like 750 items you would never use in the end game, right? But now they kind of have value depending on which slot is in. It also kind of gives you another way to like perfect your gear. So I actually think sanctification is actually kind of cool. You know, I don't think we should have mythic sanks though. I think that's a bit much. Or, you know, grandfathers on classes that isn't barb. But like, I do think that the idea is fine. But in terms of like the leaderboards and stuff, I mean, it's an action RPG. It's gonna have a lot of RNG. At that point, it's up to you whether or not you want to take the leaderboard seriously or not, knowing that that's the case, right? You're going to be subject to a lot of RNG, no matter what. But yeah, I mean, but that's so like it's kind of like what I was saying before. I think the I don't have a lot of faith in Tower when it does come out, but I do hope for the best for it, I guess you could say. And most things are kind of cleaned up before then. But if anything, I'm just looking for slightly different gameplay than what we already have. So I'll participate in the tower a little bit, but I know I'm not going to have the sinks to actually be able to like be competitive in any way because I'm just not going to play enough. So I'll be like any setup that I would do would probably be like 7 or 8 tiers behind naturally because I just won't have the sinks for it. But I do want to try the mode though and see what changes they made to it. All right, let's go with some theory craft stuff now. Let's see, let's grab the chest real quick. And we'll just grab a random orphan maker. Actually, I actually don't even need orphan maker yet for it.
Precious stones to catch the light. Come and see. Another time.
Do that. Okay. Let's see what I want to do here. Yeah. So if I can get rid of the hiccup that I had, because I had this problem on Rain of Arrows when I did Orphan Maker Rain of Arrows 1-to-1 with Rain and Poison Trap with the Scoundrel's Letters chest. Sometimes, for whatever strange reason, the Poison Trap does not reset or does not spend the energy like it should, and I haven't like figured out exactly why that's the case. Otherwise I'd play that variant actually. What's the time delay that I have on this too as well? Me pulling Master Beauty style. That was a great miss all along. Of towers, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so part of me probably don't want to do, if I do that, I probably can't do Caxton. Are you spec Prime Shadow Clone? You talk about me? Pretty sure. I mean, I got the. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Cactus is gonna end up ruining this. Let me change out runes. What would I want to do though? Let's see. Yeah, I actually don't know what I'm gonna put there, so we'll just unsock it for now. Okay, so with that, I'll be able to actually get a knockdown too as well from the standard thing. I wouldn't do this on Maxroll by any means, but just something as like a personal thing. But I would probably change the helm. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just change my. In fact, I can actually do that in here. All right, so for fun, what I want to do. You species his build? You mean you spec his build? Yeah, the fact that you have a grandfather in your boost, dude. Yo, this is the best pair of boosts I got, Matthias. This is it. This is literally the best I've been able to do with boost at that at the moment. This is what I'm stuck with. Okay, so that technically works. I don't know if I really want to play like that though. What are the odds of getting that on the boost though? Someone has to already done the math on it already, right? Yeah. To the fight every 750. I don't know. I've been doing that too. I've been trying to do that with that and also with the Word of Hakan. Like I've had so many like Word of Hakans that, well, not anymore because I sent to find them all and they were all trash. But I had a bunch of 750 Word of Hakans. And I kind of made the cooldown work on random rails regardless. Like I made it work just so therefore I could try to get a decent sync and like nothing. Nada. Alright, so now that what I'm thinking actually works, let's throw on my Orphan Maker real quick. Zancax. Must be able to head on random arrows. Yeah, it must be. Yeah. Alright, so technically I can reset it with that way. But I definitely do not have as much energy, and my shard sucks. My shard is awful. Appreciate the follow. Don't want a random Shaco. Killing bosses, it really took the joy out of power leveling. Power leveling? Yeah, that bug is still gonna. That. How do I bypass that? Is it only happens with poison trap? It doesn't happen with the skill. But I'm wondering if it's just because of the way it's coded. Kaladin, be sure to follow. Alright. So for instance, if I did... Let me go back to... the normal stuff and save it before I change too much and then I kind of forget what I did. Should have followed him. Alright, where's the... Let's save it over this layout here. Okay, so now that I did that, let's pull up rain real quick. This one? That's this one. Okay. So... Actually, wait, what happened? Strange. Give me a sec. Something's off. Okay, there we go. No hiccups or anything. So that's 1-to-1 with Rain of Arrows and Beastfall Boots. I can technically do the same thing if I did Scoundrel's Leathers. I guess remove Barrage for Poison Trap. So I can do technically the same thing that way. Wait a minute, I got thrown an offer maker on this one. And so doing it this way allows me to kind of do the same thing. There it is. Oh, you out? Yeah, Matthias here, man. How difficult is it to tame the Shroud of Wrath? Not very difficult at all. You can actually get it from me in these specific bosses now, instead of doing Infernal Horrors like it used to be. So yeah, I can do this now with Orphan Maker, Rain of Arrows, and reset the cooldown with Poison Trap. But sometimes it hiccups and doesn't want to apply the spinach of energy from like right there from Beastfall Boots, and it only happens with Poison Trap. I'm trying to figure out what makes it happen that way. I wonder if it's like the trap deployment that makes me not able to continue. But if I want to apply this to Heartseeker, I can't have that hiccup, because then I can't. Because the whole point of that would be able to reset to be able to make the Heartseeker obviously hit hard after the clone is cast. So if Poison Trap doesn't want to fully reset my energy here, then I kind of have I'll run into some major problems. You said with Beastfall Boots, Wild Crown over Air and new Rain of Arrows build. Well, because Air is 60% damage and Crown is 75% damage. That's it. Air doesn't give us anything that stat-wise that we too much care about. Neither does Crown. But I mean, when you stack it 5 times, basically, you're going to deal 75%. It becomes a 75% multiplier versus a 60% multiplier. So that's why we go Crown. You can go air if you want. It's just a little less damage. But the movement speed feels very, very nice though. Not gonna lie. As we said, I made the build originally because I love clone skill. I found out my hard to do with clones. But doing very big DPS. Not like I'm trying to find the reason of the bug. I think Ava was trying to reverse engineer it. For a little bit. I don't think he finished his results. But he definitely was trying to reverse engineer it for a little while. Yeah. Well, this makes me sad now because I can't if I can't consistently reset because Poison Trap doesn't want to allow me to do so, then that kind of sort of kills what I was wanting to do. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate actually, because that's literally what my plan was tonight, was literally to do just that. Oh well. I'm hearing that putting the ruby in your jury slot actually helps with the explosions, from what I'm hearing. Because most explosions are actually fire based. So I think I'm gonna have to give that a try, give that a shot. Okay. Contestable with clone and show energy. Didn't Matisse already do that before he went to bed? What do you want to, or what do you want to see? So get energy from two bolts when unstoppable. Huh. Well, I mean, if you do, then I guess there's no reason to change it then, right? All right, like for yourself. Also, post the link you said, the link that you said you had to your specific setup that you wanted to post. They got one. No, sir. That's good enough to slam. Also good enough to slam. I want to say thanks to you for the friend for the credit, but he's gone. Oh, good, man. I guess what I want to do, Hasby, was like make a ranged version of it. The fact that kind of flurry is involved, and you're that up close, and you can't take advantage of Deadeye, kind of just like disturbs me, I guess you could say. Technically speaking, I guess you could do it with like I guess with Say League, I guess you could do it. You could just go like pen shot or something instead of flurry, because you don't necessarily need you don't need momentum, right? As long as you have Stay League Amulet. So, because you'll have more than enough resource to reset at that point. So, yeah. That, and of course, Shaco. But yeah, I really want to do a poison trap, because I mean that would allow, like, poison trap with the scoundrel's leathers, because that would allow me to use death trap and get the pull, which would have been hella nice to have, and would have been kind of like, you know, quite different than what's out there. So, oh well. Funny thing about it is that I don't even know if I even kept the Sailing. I probably should have kept just one for like just in case purposes, and like I usually do. I guess this time I was like, nah. Yeah, because like usually if it was like a bad saint, I just salvage it. Two sparks. Okay. We at Eric, what's going on, man? We'll just do 95 for speed. Yeah, unstoppable. All of them are. I definitely did all this wrong. Actually, I didn't get enough for like a floor 1 clear.
It is done.
Should probably try to like. Wait, did I never sink this this sword? I don't think I ever sanked it at all. Yep, I never did. Let's go do that then. No wings icons. Yeah. Oh yeah, my transmog is busted, sir. I have not done the transmog. The transmogging. Yeah, so my rogue is affix replace. Oh, I replaced the dex to Oof. It gave me the practically the worst possible outcome. Nah, I need a new sword. Oh, I didn't get small. Oh, that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess when I'm looking at it, because you're not really so used to looking at that, I actually never thought to to see that this wasn't synced. I thought it was, but I guess I guess apparently it was not. I really don't feel like slamming right now. I think I'll just farm for materials and do it later. Also didn't have the blue box, so I never got the last Maxroll Rogue level. Yeah, I'm wondering how long I had it there and just not paid attention to the fact that it wasn't. Either that or did I just pick up the wrong sword and not realize it? I don't think I did. No, this isn't it. Resi, appreciate the follow. Well, I got a lot of work to do, apparently. We got world boss is a bit far away still. Guess we'll just do some Asmodan.